and this is where we're going to start adding some overlays. At this point, we've already done our background edits to our image to make it black and white, and we have used the marquee tool to select slices and create the glitch effect that you can see on your screen now. This, just like the previous step, is more creative and experimental. So guys, have fun with it. But from the PowerPoint that I gave you lot, I think you should have already downloaded some of your overlays from online. So I'm just going to go and open some of mine now. Let me see. So I've got various different ones. I'm going to open a few. I'm going to open that scan lines one. And obviously these will just open in other tabs in Photoshop. I've got RGB noise. That looks quite cool. What else have I got? What else? That looks quite good. Well, I'll open a couple more. Maybe that one. I haven't seen what that one looks like. And one more. I like that one, so I'll open that as well. Okay, let's find our original image. There we go. So we're going to drag these overlays over our image and see what effect that has. So first, I'm going to go here, and we need to select the Move tool. It's just above the rectangular marquee tool that we used. And it's just sort of like before. Hold down Control and then click on this image and drag it up to the top to our first window that we're working on. There we go. So you can see this is over the top. I'm going to reduce the opacity to see my image underneath it. Okay, I do like this, but I don't think I want too much of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the paintbrush tool, and it's black, and I'm just going to paint the bits I don't want. I wonder if I have a square brush. Nope, that's fine. And I'm just going to delete some of these. I'm going to get a bigger brush size. Okay. So I don't want to delete all of it, just some of it. I think that looks good. And we can also lighten this layer a bit because it does make the picture look a bit duller. So I'm just going to lighten it here. There we go. I quite like that. So I'm going to see what other ones I've got. I've already used that. I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm going to bring this one over. So again, I've got my Move tool. I'm going to hold down Control and drag it up to the one I'm working on. Now it's not big enough, so I can just stretch it like this. And again, I'm going to change the opacity. I'm going to maybe change the blending options. I'm not 100% sure I like that one. Yeah, I don't really like that one. So I'm just going to drag it down to the little bin. And I'm going to check some of the other ones. I can get rid of that. I'll try the scan lines. Hold down Control, drag it up, and set it over. Oh, I like this one. Okay, again, I'm going to change the opacity. That looks good. That looks like an old TV screen, I think. There we go. I like that. I'm also going to bring this one over. Oh, what happened there? If you ever do something and you're not totally sold on it, you can press Ctrl and Z to undo your changes. There we go, I like that. I'm also going to change the brightness as well, because sometimes putting these overlays make it a bit darker. I like that. Okay. I'm also going to bring this one over, hold down Control, drag it up to the top. Now it's a bit smaller, so I need to stretch it out quite a lot. That looks good. Again, change the opacity. And I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to use the paintbrush with black to remove sections of this. So I'm definitely going to remove most of it from over his face, because I want to be able to see his face. And just some of it from down here. We also need to brighten this up a bit because it looks duller. There we go. I like how that looks. It looks a bit like an old TV set that's not working very well. I'm going to go back to my move tool, and I don't need that anymore. I quite like this. So, but I don't want to use all of it, but I do like these little pink stripes. So if you go to your marquee tool and select a little stripe or a little selection that you want, and then press Ctrl and J, it creates a layer with just that stripe in it. And then I can drag that layer back to this image and put it down. Obviously it is way too small, so I'm just going to make it bigger like this. And I'm going to move it down here. I'm going to move the opacity down a bit. There we go. And I'm also going to change the blending mode. I quite like color blending mode. It looks quite good. And I can do the same thing again. So I'm going to drag it over. Oh. Control and Z to undo all that. Move it down here. Color blend mode. There we go. I think that looks good. Control and drag it up and over here. Stretch it out to make it bigger. I'm going to move that to the top. And I'm going to change the blended mode. And then just go through them until you're happy with one. I think I might just go with color again and stretch it out a bit. There, I think that looks good. I'm going to go back to that and lift something else from it. So with your marquee tool again, just highlight another section, press Ctrl and J. Oh, make sure you're on the background layer. Press Ctrl and J to create a new layer. This time we're going to drag that layer over and set it down. And then resize it. And change your blending mode. I think that looks good. So there is my glitch image, and that's some methods that you can use as well to create your image in the same style as Rosa Menkman.